Yo guys, how's it going? Soul64 here, bringing you a cool or frosty battle depending on what your taste is. Today I've got a match against someone who I was facing on random matches. I was doing random double matches at some point and I found this team with some Pokebank Pokemon, and let me tell you, this is basically what I prepare for. Because when I battle in VGC, I usually fear running into rain teams, and this is basically an example of what will go down if I'm prepared. So let's get into it. So as you can see, he has his Politoed and the Kindra. Gonna go for the light screen just to obviously, you know, protect myself from stab rain boosted water moves. Not sure why the Kindra didn't move first. Maybe it's not Swift Swim, but either way, it shows that you know, Freeze Dry can take out water type moves. Plus, Kindra is also part Dragon, so 4 times weakness. Bye bye. So, Parashon comes up. Not quite sure what he was thinking. You know, I don't really see the point of it, but either way, he brings out her Terrakion, and I'm just gonna protect with my Cryogonal because I'm thinking he's either going to go for a Rock Slide or a Close Combat. Either way, my Cryogonal's in danger. And my Klefki gets hit by the Scald. It did miss the Hydro Pump last turn, but this turn it gets hit by a Rain Boosted Scald. Unfortunately, it does get burned. The burn is kind of making up for the miss from the last turn. So on this turn, I'm going to switch out into my Gengar, seeing that he's targeted my Cryogonal with the Close Combat. So going to an immunity resist just so that I don't get hit. Gonna paralyze the Terrakion for further insurance so that, you know, it doesn't move, or it becomes slower than my Gengar. So Klefki does go down unfortunately on the second Scald, and his count of Parasong is down to 1. So if he stays in, then fine, he dies. If he doesn't, he switches into a Pokemon. Hopefully it's a Pokemon that I can hit with a U-turn because I'm predicting the switch. Good thing is, it's a Latios, and I did click U-turn on the Politoed before, so it's going to target the Latios for super effective damage. At the same time, I'm going to Mega Evolve into my Gengar and use the Dazzling Gleam because, well, it hits Terrakion for super effective, for super effective damage. On top of that, the switch into Latios, being part Dragon, also going to get hit by super effective Dazzling Gleam. So it goes down, and a combination of the U-turn, good moves on my part. So yeah, take out the Latios as soon as it comes in, bring out Cryogonal. Luckily, Terrakion does get paralyzed, so it's pretty immobile for the meanwhile, which is good. I don't want it to do anything because Terrakions can cause a lot of damage. So going for another Dazzling Gleam just to take out the Terrakion, and it goes down. And yeah, the last Pokemon is a Politoed, just going to go for a Freeze Dry, and it does about a clean 75%. And the Scald hits my Gengar, but the light screen does keep it over half HP, and she is just going to forfeit the match. So yeah, pretty short match here, but that was just a starter. Now allow me to present you the main course. It's a bit more taxing, and it's got a bit more hacks to give it a spicy kick, and yeah, I hope you guys will dig in. So going to lead off with my dual steel types, my Klefki and my Mawile, as she brings out her generation from another mother brother. Hey, her Sceptile and her Infinite. I do not like the prospect that this Infinite could go for a fire move on my Mawile, so I'm going to want to switch it out. But before that happens, she switches out her Grass type out into her Electric type Heliolisk. So it's more of a problem for me because it's just that she now has Pokemon that can threaten both my Pokemon. Like the Infinite threatens my Klefki, and the Heliolisk threatens my Talonflame. But on this turn, she reveals that she does have a special attacking fire type move, which is the Overheat. And despite the resist to hit, my Talonflame still takes a lot of damage from that, getting its goose cooked real good. So I don't want to stay in because Heliolisk will cause a problem for me. You know, if I just have the Brave Bird, then I'm gone. It's just, I don't want to move to actually take a hit. So I'm going to want to switch out, go back into my Mawile, bring up the light screen so that I can handle myself better against special attacking Pokemon like Heliolisk and the God of War that just got freshly switched in. So speaking of switches, she does Volt Switch out into her Infinite, again directly threatening my Steel types. So now I have to switch out Mawile yet again, go out into my Rotom because Gardevoir could possibly do something to it, like the Will-O-Wisp, which does land on my Rotom, which is good because Rotom does go, it is an physical Pokemon, we all know this. So paralyzing the Infinite is good for me because then I can outspeed it later on with my Rotom. Because the Reflect, I do handle that Reflect, I said that already. The Flare Blitz, showing me that it's not just a special attacking Pokemon, it does have physical moves as well. Now on this turn, she does lose her Prankster on this turn, but because of that Mega Evolution, that shows me that she's now going to go for the defensive route. So that allows my Klefki to outspeed her and go for a Thunder Wave. So now both of her Pokemon are paralyzed, which is good. Last screen does help me against the Moonblast, almost said Moonlight. So I was gonna go for the Hydro Pump on the Infinite. It should have hit, it should have went down by now, but no, it decided to be a Stone Edge and miss. So because of that, my Klefki does go down, and Rotom, that's your fault. Why? Why did you have to miss? It's just one simple thing. You had one job, Rotom, one job. So I have to go out into my Mawile because I have the intention of taking out their Gardevoir, and of course the Reflect and the Intimidate on the Infinite is going to cause it to switch out into her Heliolisk. Now I'm going to use the Mawile Light just so that I can Mega Evolve into Mega Mawile just to get things going. And yeah, I was going to use the Hydro Pump to attack the Infinite, but I did switch out and it went into her Heliolisk, which does have the Dry Skin ability. Now attacking Gardevoir, going to headbutt her chest and take out the Gardevoir. So it's 3 for 3, and Rotom is looking a bit low on HP due to the burn and whatnot. Now she brings out her Sceptile, but she immediately withdraws it out into her Infinite. I'm presuming it's because she was suspecting the Sucker Punch on her Sceptile being so fast and all, but I decided to go for the Sucker Punch on the Heliolisk because that is more of a problem to me. And it turns out to be Sash, and because of that item she does live the hit and Volt switches out on my Rotom and takes it out. So yeah, she's now got 2 Pokemon left with 1 HP, so make it 2.1 Pokemon if you kind of squeeze it like that, So I have 2 Pokemon left. She brings out her Sceptile. I can just go for a Brave Bird on either of them because they're both effective, but I decided to choose the Sceptile because Infinite is paralyzed and there's no reason hitting a paralyzed Pokemon when you have a slow Pokemon on your side, which is the Mawile, which I have, so I could just outspeed it, go for a play rough. But freaking Infinite has lives like a cat, I swear. It lives because it dodges the move, and because of that I lose my Mawile. So Infinite really should have no business being alive. It's dodged 2 moves. Like 80% accuracy and 90% accuracy moves miss on the very first turn. I don't even. I should just throw my DS on the wall, then I can just move on with life. I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. I have to choose one. I decided to go for the Heliolisk. Luckily, Infinite does get paralyzed. I do believe I had the Reflect on that turn, so she should have gone for a physical move. Hopefully not the Thunder Punch, then Tanafin can live it. I've seen how much Overheat did, so I would have lived the hit anyway. Either way, Infinite's gone. It can go back into the Bamboo Forest and burn some Bamboo Shoots or something. So yeah, that will be the game. If you did enjoy it, you're welcome to leave a like and subscribe and all that goodness. Yeah, until next time, later.